Hi guys, I just want to do a quick video of in my snake house. There's really not too much to see, really. But I really wanted to show you just what it takes to really set up some corn snakes. And this is really the bare minimum. My nice snakes have plenty of space inside their enclosure, so don't worry about that. We're not skipping on that yet. They have a good heat range, and they're doing really well. I'm getting good sheds out of them, complete sheds, as you see right here. So we're getting pretty good with these. We're doing good with these setups, and whatnot. So let's go ahead and get started, like with the basics. So this is a standalone room building, one room. It's not set up entirely yet. So so I did have to add some plastic sheeting to get it insulated. It would be better if I had some more air circulation inside the tent. So like it's cold at my feet, but it's warm around my head. So we do have a temperature disparity from high and low. But that's what it's going to be if you don't have good insulation or good circulation. That's what you're going to get. So what we're using here is a ceramic heater. And that is and it's set to click on if temperature drops below 75. So I have to be really careful with this. The insulation has to be on point and under this little bubble of mine. Otherwise, what happens is it stays on, and that can cause some overheating issues inside the cables, but also inside my enclosure. Well, my bubble, I should call it. So the bubble definitely gets hot underneath here. But if I had to raise the heater up off the ground because the ground level was so cool compared to the top that it just never clicked off. So raised it up, and also like this whole area up here fills up with nice warm air. So once that warm air reaches down there, then it clicks back off. So I do have to watch out so it doesn't get like too hot up here, because there's been times, well, I'll come in and this high, well, it says high right here, the temperature, it'll say 95. I'm like, whoa, that's way too high. So I have to be really careful with this and make sure I don't have any holes up here where that temperature is, that the air is not going to actually build up in here, because the heat will just keep going up even though like the temperature isn't good. So. But it's stable now. It's stable now. So let's go ahead and get into what it actually takes to keep a corn snake. So if your room is already sitting at like 70, 75 degrees, you're good. You're good. This is a good ambient temperature to have a room in for corn snakes. It's also very comfortable for people. So you're good. So I use these thermometers here. This one is damaged on the because the humidity got way too high and cracked and like messed up the sensor. But it is accurate right now. This is probably showing around 30 or 40% humidity. It's probably close. It's probably closer to 30%. But otherwise, that high will be going up right now. But these are really cheap. Temperature and humidity gauges, I highly recommend them. Very important to have your humidity right. 30 is kind of low for corn snakes, but when we have inside the enclosure, as you can see on this one, now this enclosure needs about almost twice as many holes as it has, more than twice as many holes as it has, like this one does. As you see, there's a clear difference. This one has probably around about 100 holes on it. This one has about 220 holes on it. So you have an idea of like how many holes you actually need. So inside this one, see if you can see it, it says 84% humidity, which is pretty high. Next time I'm changing out bedding, I'm going to swap it out. 84 is fine. It's definitely the highest you ever want to go with a corn snake. Inside in here, at this bottom right here, you see it says 52% humidity, which is perfect. And this has double the holes that this one has. So So we know, trying to gives you, kind of gives you a good range of like what you want to keep it as. So that about the 250 holes brings it up to about 20%, 20 humidity higher than everything else. I'm using pretty small water dishes in here. I wouldn't recommend anything larger than a Cool Whip bowl, but that works pretty well. Inside here I have a coconut hide, which they almost never use, but I actually caught one inside the coconut hide before, so it's something that they can use. I have pipes in here. The pipes, these are PVC pipes, and these have been, you sand around the edges where you've cut it so it's not sharp. So I have two PVC pipes, and over here, oh, there's a sticker in the way. Underneath the sticker, you have like a cat food bowl, and on the side of that bowl, which you can't see, you have I have a little cave cut into that side of the bowl. So yeah, I can still put food on top and it doesn't fall out. I can actually fill it up with, put some water in there if I need to. It doesn't work super great with water because it's on a slant. It's on a slant. It's like, yeah, it's like phone slanted, hand slanted. Oh wait, yeah. Anyway, so you kind of want to just do that. Like you can use those as water dishes. I used those as water dishes exclusively for a while, but they weren't quite big enough for them to really soak in, or they won't or they would overfill. So I just stopped using them as water bowls, but I still use them as hides. And if I ever need to just leave a thawed mouse in the enclosure for them to eat, I can just I have someplace to put the mouse where it's on to get bedding, and they'll eat out of the food bowls, which is like hilarious. So what I have in here, this is a cheap garland. You can buy these Walmart, Target, craft stores, or like dollar stores even. So it's a fake vine, and I've seen my snake hide actually just in the fake vine, just chilling. Or and they love to like just go out in the leaves. It's great. Most of the time they just corn snakes, they like to burrow. And if I lifted this up, you can see the burrows that go along the bottom of the enclosure, but I really can't lift up with one hand and hold the camera with the other hand. So we'll have to deal with that. So at this temperature, see the heater just kicked back on. At this temperature, I can just use heat mats. So I have heat mats underneath here. Not very big heat mats, though. 8 by 6 heat mats. About, and I just have them set to. I think I have them set to about like 88 on the bottom one. And then this one I have set to like 87, like 85, 86, like, and this 85, 86. So like, and the heat mats are underneath here. You can see the cable. Then you see the sensor cables coming out, and yeah, I could put the probe on top inside of it, and that might be a little give it like be a little bit better. But I'm pretty confident in this, especially since I have them stacked. So we're getting so the heat isn't really escaping as much. Now heat does escape out of plastic tote boxes, so you do need to test inside your boxes. But I don't really worry about it too much anymore, because I know what the settings are and I know how things work. I'll check like right in here. So that's showing 85, 84 in that corner. So yeah, so we're getting like a decent read, like just pointing down in there and whatnot. So we know what they are, just using the infrared thermometer. So yeah, this is basic setup for a corn snake. I use these little cheap actually hydrometers. So the big number is the humidity, and the small number is the temperature in Fahrenheit. I think there's a switch on the back of these someplace, but I don't know where. I'm not really worried about it because pretty easy. It's already the way I like it. So you can switch it over to Celsius instead of Fahrenheit. But yeah, it works. This is working great. These are really cheap. I bought a 12-pack of these for like $8, and the reviews on Amazon said that they that like a third of them don't even work. But all of mine worked, so lucky me. So pretty great deal. Even if like half of them didn't work, it still would have been a great deal. But yeah, cold snakes are easy to set up. If you have the space, you have a room that's going to maintain that 70-75% temperature, you can just use a heat mat. If it was a larger enclosure, what I discovered, you need a larger heat mat for a larger enclosure. So I have enclosures that are about the size of like most of this table that I have that I have some snakes in quarantine with, and they required the largest heat mat I could find. And these are cheap heat mats. These are cheap thermostats. These thermostats are made for they're made for seed germination or brewing, and they do say reptile on the side of the boxes. See if I can find one of the boxes. Here's one of the boxes I just have laying around. I haven't really cleaned this place up yet since I've set it up, because I haven't dealt with much trash yet. But yeah, these are pretty decent heat mats. See, what does it say? Well, it doesn't even say it's intended use. Like, these things are cheap. So a control device allows gardeners to select and maintain optimum brooding temperatures for fast seeding or cutting growth. Yeah, see, these are gardening thermostats. So, but they work. They maintain the temperatures that I need, and they're pretty reliable so far. And I only paid like $20, less than $20 for these on Amazon. So pretty good deal. But yeah, this is my setup. This is not the permanent solution. I will have this entire room fitted out, so we'll get actual insulation on the walls, and I won't have to use this bubble anymore, and I'll have a lot more room for all my snakes. So right now, the other snakes I have are just in quarantine, so they're not really safe to be brought together yet. I just need to make sure that they're healthy. But yeah, just a quick rundown. These boxes are like at most $15. These are the gasket seal Sterilite boxes. You can get them at Walmart or Target. These are 37 quarts. The thermostats are like $17 to $20 on Amazon, and just make sure you check the reviews. But Amazon has the Amazon Choice thermostat now, so those generally, when they say Amazon Choice is pretty reliable. These are. This is not mandatory, but honestly, if you don't have one of these, you're not trying hard enough. The infrared thermometer is like $12 to $14 on Amazon. Those are Amazon Choice pick on these. The heat mats, here's one of the heat mats. So it's probably about a 5x8 heat mat or 6x8 heat mat. But those are like $10 on Amazon. So, and in the bedding, I just use mouse bedding. Like, Aspen mouse bedding is all you really need for your setup. I use bottled or purified water for my water, and I use frozen thawed mice. So really, if you ever want to get a corn snake, and as long as your room temperature is good, you can set everything, your basic room temperature, as long as that's good, you can set everything up for like $50 a snake. Definitely, you do want to make sure you're not just doing it because it's cheap. Actually, enjoy your snake. But yeah, this is really basic corn snake setup, and I'm happy with my corn snakes. These are not permanent setups. I want to make this clear. This is what you would use for a snake that's a year old or younger. Once these are summer hatchlings. It is February now. They were summer hatchlings from last year, so they are about 6 months old or less, and they are still small. Like, stretched out, they only reached about right here from the corner, and so you have that much room, and then you have almost 2 feet all the way across, so that's plenty of room. And then they will be good in there for another 6 months. Once I get everything set up in here, I will be able to start setting up permanent Home Solutions, and I'll have much bigger and better enclosures for these. But they are quite happy in here, and yeah. But hey, that's your basic corn snake setup.